amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much and remain blessed.
Well, presidential aspirants from the southeast region of the country on the platform of the ruling APC, about 6 of them or so, met yesterday and they said they have agreed to work together with anyone of them picked by the party to fly the presidential flag. One of the aspirants who led that meeting yesterday was a former Senate President, Senator Ken Nnamani. He was a former Senate President who assumed that role in perhaps one of the most turbulent political period, if not in the country, or in the National Assembly. In the nation's history at the moment, it was a very controversial time also where the third-term bid became a very touchy issue. Ken Nnamani has since joined the APC from the PDP, a party he announced at one time that he was taking sabbatical from. Senator Ken Nnamani tonight joins me live in our Abuja studio. Thank you so much, Senator Nnamani, for joining us tonight.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
I appreciate it. The screening for the presidential primary will begin tomorrow.
Okay.
You ready for it?
Very much ready, even if it begins this night.
You are upbeat about it.
It's okay. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for prime time. Yeah.
You're perhaps one of the most experienced of the lot.
Well,
you see yourself as such?
There are many experienced people in the lineup, especially from the southeast, because there's a moral burden on all the parties to ensure that they zone their presidential ticket or slot to southeast or to south to begin with. And zoning to the south, we'll talk specifically about southeast, because I say a moral burden on the parties. It's not just APC, all the other parties. All the offices in the National Working Committee were filled up based on rotation. The offices held in the north moved down south. The one in the south moved up north. I said moral burden because having done that, and we got to the critical stage to fill the vacancy, the supposed vacancy, that is the presidential seat, the symbol of our democracy, the presidential seat. Why it has been thrown open, why it's been thrown open, contradicts the rotational aspect that has been adopted. As I said, there's a moral burden on the party or parties
it's not obligatory.
Well, morally, I'm using the word moral.
Yeah.
I'm using the word moral.
Because the exception to this is the PDP, where the party you belong, which is almost cast in the constitution of the PDP to recognize rotational presidency. But in your party, the APC, although it talks about recognition of federal character,
correct,
which is in line with the Nigerian constitution. So it's a moral burden, but your party is not bound by it.
Well, but suddenly, if a match is being played, suddenly you start pushing the goalpost back. How come we did not throw open the election of the chairman, deputy chairman, and the rest of the National Working Committee members? Should have been thrown open so people can apply from whichever zone.
Was this a part of the concentration when that was happening, when the national offices was being considered for zoning?
I would say yes. Why I'm saying yes is that I already established that the offices held in the north will go down to the south. The one from the south will go up north. So why a particular one has to change, that is the seat of the president, is thrown open. Why didn't we throw open the other offices? That's the point I'm making. It's not that it's obligatory, but it borders on you may call equity, fairness, and justice.
Let me, before I go, leave the issue of zoning and the Southeast. Is the Southeast, as the APC is presently constituted, ready to take up that responsibility? Or is the party really ready to allow a Southeast person to fly its flag?
Well, that is a decision to be made by the party. There's no one zone in Nigeria that has a monopoly of people that are ready to take up the mantle of leadership. No one, it is not peculiar to any zone. If we look deep, we will find capable hands. And when, I can give you an instance. When I came to Senate from 2005, most Nigerians were looking down on the National Assembly. There was a cases of what you call banana peels. Leadership of the Senate or the House were being changed every day like toilet paper, very repeatedly. When we came, we tried to reinvent the National Assembly. By doing what? By making sure that we gave members hope and created committees utilizing people, putting round pegs in round holes, because the National Assembly has highly qualified people. We made sure that people saw the opportunity of proving themselves or showing that they can deliver. We tried and changed the impression people had about National Assembly, and that is our leadership.
I'm not sure the APC is in short supply of people of Igbo extraction to fly its flag. But it's another thing entirely, whether the party as a unit, as a group of people, as an association, is ready morally or mentally or psychologically to cede its presidential flag to an able man. Do you see a party that is ready for that?
Well, I think that borders on the issue of ability to unite the country. The situation calls for deepening our democracy, making people feel that they belong, hope, giving people hope. And without that, you have people, disgruntled citizens, and no one section can enjoy that. We have to give the people the impression that Nigeria is for every person. And as we have admitted, the Southeast is not short of people that can play that role.
Well, as your friends and your members of your party, have they come to realization of your own view of how things are, the necessity from your own standpoint that Nigeria needs an Igbo man to be president? Has your party realized that? Have you been able to convince your party members from other zones of the country?
That is what we are trying to do. We are trying to persuade them.
Are they seeing reasons?
It's not, we're not threatening any person. We're trying to show reasons why it is necessary for us to adhere to that principle you mentioned, the federal character principle, that let no section feel alienated. Alienation will make people feel hopeless. And we don't want that. We want all hands to be on deck.
Is the Igbo zone, the Igbo people marginalized?
I'm saying that we should create a situation where every person sees himself or herself as a citizen of Nigeria.
But as a leader from that region, do you think your people are marginalized in this country?
Some people feel marginalized, yes.
But do you think they are marginalized?
To some extent.
What are the reasons? On what basis?
No. I'll give you an instance now. I said, if we have adopted the principle of rotation, and our people are expecting that this time around, that the issue of presidency, the Southeasterners should have a slot. Should have a go at it. And as I already indicated, it is not that we don't have people that can try to unify the country. and achieve more success for the nation. We do have. And I said it's available in other zones too.
So, I mean, you were at the meeting at Senator Rochas Okorocha's house.
Yes, I was.
Are the 6 or so of you ready to have a consensus candidate?
We are. That is to show that we can work together. Any person identified among the people that have shown interest, we will work with that individual.
When are you going to produce a consensus candidate?
We don't have any specific date for it, but we're talking to ourselves.
Primary is on Sunday and Monday.
Yes, we still have a day makes a difference in a political situation.
We understand that the president might be meeting all the aspirants. When is that meeting going to happen?
I have no idea.
But is there a possibility of a consensus candidate for the party ahead of the primary?
All of us are loyal party members. Whatever the party thinks that can help the party retain power and deliver services to Nigerians, we're for it.
But some members, I mean, some aspirants are saying they don't want consensus.
I didn't hear any person say that yesterday.
No, I'm not talking about,
you're talking about generalities.
I'm talking about out of the 28. There are a few people who said, no, let us go to the arena. Let's test the popularity.
Well, it's for the party to determine that. Whatever the party decides, we'll talk about supremacy of the party. We cannot dictate for the party.
What kind of leader does Nigeria need right now?
Nigeria, you see, the fate of black race rests squarely on the shoulders of the most populous black nation on earth, and that's Nigeria. And that means it's expedient that Nigeria has a leader who is well exposed, who can bring people together, motivate people enough for us to overcome so many problems that we are facing. We need a leader. That's why the example I was trying to show you about National Assembly. I was the chairman of National Assembly. I was on the driver's seat. I was able to bring every person together. And before I left Senate, till today, nobody has had anything about banana peels. We stopped that. We made sure that committees going to carry out their oversight function, that they don't go there and demand for anything.
Yeah, because
we made a budget for them. We said during a closed session, several of them we had, that if any committee chairman is in trouble for demanding or receiving anything, you're on your own. Because we made sure that for the small amount that we normally get, we made sure that every committee got enough fund to carry out their oversight function.
Right. So, I mean, I'm asking you this question because not only those who have ideas, but also people who can play the right politics. And a lot of people have raised questions, even the National Assembly that you made mention, from Evans, Ewerem to Chuba, Okadibo, Adolfo Zwabara. The Southeast have been criticized about the way they play their politics. It does look like you were the one. It got to your turn, and that incessant change in the leadership of the National Assembly stopped.
Yes.
So the question is that the perception of the rest of the region about, for example, that leadership of the National Assembly, a cohesive political culture, is the Southeast giving a new perception to the rest of the region about the capacity to have a politics that doesn't look like the ones that we saw that preceded your time in the National Assembly?
Well, I already implied that leadership matters.
That you changed the scheme of things.
There has not been any banana peels after I left because we set the standard. To fight public corruption, you must be transparent yourself as the leader.
So Ken Nnamani was the man who put a stop to it. I mean, the question is that
I didn't do it alone.
Are we seeing a new phase of Igbo politics in the national scheme of things now? Are Nigerians supposed to expect something different from Igbo politicians?
If you look at the array of people who have come out to declare their interest to run, they're all highly qualified and ready to go. And that tells you that, as I said, if you look deep in any zone in Nigeria, you will find people that can deliver efficient and effective service to the nation. People that can unify the country. It's not peculiar to any particular zone. We have preponderance of those that can do the work.
Is Ken Nnamani the best man for the job?
I will not say I'm the best, but I'm among those that you can say tested and trusted.
Can Nigerians trust you with that #1 seat?
They did in the past. I was #3 citizen. I was not found wanting in anywhere until I left. Nobody has invited me for any investigation anywhere in the world to date. And we made changes that brought about a lasting, abiding progress in the National Assembly.
You're going to be 74 years.
Yes, in November.
Is age a problem for your ambition?
I'm enjoying good health. And I think age is about just number.
Because in this...
I look even younger than yourself.
Just like they say, love is in the eye, in the eye of the beholder.
Yes?
Yeah. Age is a matter of the mind, though. And health is what is a gift from God.
Oh, yes.
But the question is about leadership of this country, how mobile, the sagacity of a leader, how physically equipped a person could be, and also whether or not the person is in term with what has become a jet age, the requirement of leading this particular nation at this time. Do you have the requisite skills to be able to, skill set to be able to do that?
To be honest with you, leadership is your ability to work with others and through others. Ability to identify people who you don't feel embarrassed that they are more knowledgeable than yourself in a particular field. Your ability to assemble them to deliver results that is required. You cannot be a master of everything, but your ability to build that coalition that will deliver to the people, not minding where the person comes from. When I was in National Assembly again, my chief of staff, Dr. Salihu Bello, from Adamawa, a fantastic human being. This present leader of the House of Reps, Dogwa, was one of my assistants. He worked with me when I was the Senate President. I was able to bring people from far and wide to deliver results. I didn't do it alone. And I was so fortunate I had so many senators, well-educated, well-exposed, who helped me to achieve objectives.
Nigeria is faced with
That's
problems.
what I can do for Nigeria too.
Nigeria is faced with problems on all sides.
Yes.
Security,
yes.
Economy, issues of unity. It will demand several hours, more than 10, 12 hours of working to fix this country.
Correct.
And so that's the question. When the age issue comes to the table, people ask, can you spend 15, 16 hours attending to the problem of Nigeria?
I tell you something. One of the major problems here now we're facing is insecurity. If I had the opportunity, the first thing I would do is to set up a bipartisan commission. Because if you recall what transpired in US, 9/11, when the World Trade Center was knocked down in New York, incidentally, I was in Old Westbury, New York, that very morning. United States government set up a commission to study what happened, why the failure in the security services. That gave birth to Homeland Security. If we set up a bipartisan commission in Nigeria to study why is how come that our forces perform very, very well outside, but have not been able to eradicate, what do you call them now? The people giving trouble in the Northeast, and the kidnappers, and all kinds of people, all kinds of criminals, miscreants. How come we have not been able to take care of Boko Haram? Is that the failure of our forces? Poor equipment, poor sharing of information among the forces? So many things. the commission can unravel it in 1 or 2 months. And then it helps us to know where to go. Right now, if you ask any person, what about Boko Haram? Is it over? It's not over. Every once in a while, we hear that they've killed this person, they've captured this person. So we have to meet the present day challenges by getting present day training. I said somewhere that Nigerian police force, as it is constituted today, is not able to fight this situation that we have now. We need a special force trained. We appeal to some other countries that have gone through similar problem to come and train a special crack team of our police to go after them. Not the soldiers. Soldiers are trained to kill and destroy and so on. They are not trained to handle civilian issues. When you see our soldiers at checkpoints, usually I say these people are underutilized. You are not applying their training successfully. So about security, we're talking about economic development. We have to have our country secure. Right. People can travel from Ibadan to Ile-Ife freely.
So you have what it takes to fix the problem?
Yes, I can appeal and recruit people that can help, and I coordinate it and make sure we achieve results for the nation.
All right, so we meet Senator Kenny Namani because we need to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be getting your closing moment on some of these issues and how, if you get the ticket of your party, should you become the president of Nigeria, how you hope to solve some of the problems. Please stay with me. We'll take a break, everyone. And so much, everyone, for staying with us. Our closing moment with the former Senate President, Senator Kenny Namani, a presidential aspirant of the APC. Thank you so much for coming on the program tonight. Let's wrap up on this note. Your party nomination form is 100 million. You're one of those, who've spoken and worked on redesigning and redefining our democratic structure, our electoral laws, and issues of corruption, issues of mismanagement of in the public space. It's a major problem of our polity. What would you do differently? And you said that you don't like the idea of monetizing politics in Nigeria. What would you do differently?
I'm afraid I didn't say I don't like the idea of monetizing money in Nigeria.
You like monetizing politics?
Not quite, but politics is expensive. But we must not shut out the youths, the women, and for a depressed economy, which is a global problem right now, I figure that some people might be shut out if the cost of buying forms and electoral process is so high. Already we have campaign finance laws, but the issue of the buying forms from parties, I think we may have to revisit it. It's expensive to run the electoral process, even for the party and for umpire, the electoral umpire, INEC. But I think it is very important that we make it such that I think our party is trying to do a bit because it gave discounts to the youths as well as the women. But as I said, it should be revisited. But on the side of the umpire, I think something is not adding up, and that is to say, the primaries require more time than the campaign period. The primaries are the heart of a democracy. If primaries are well conducted, the general election will make a lot of difference. It will be less cumbersome, it will be less acrimonious. So the period for the primaries appear to be short, as far as I can see. Whereas we should have allowed more time. It looks like we will have almost 8 months or more of a campaign period, kind of.
Yeah.
That number of months should have been added, should have been pulled back and added for the primaries, so that the parties can get it well, and
just as we close now, I wish I could ask you a few more questions, but we don't have the time. But just in 30 seconds, if an aspirant of a Southeast extraction does not get a ticket of the APC, what would you do?
We will support our party to make sure we retain power and serve Nigerians and improve on the legacies of the present administration.
That's all you will do?
Yes.
And you will not be disappointed?
That is what is called, I'll be disappointed, yes. But that notwithstanding, we still show party loyalty.
Senator Kenny Namani, former Senate President, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I appreciate it.
Having me.
And I wish you the very best at your screening and at the primaries also.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's tell you.
Thank you so much for your patience to watch from the beginning to the end. I hope you have learned something from the video you have just watched. The video you have just watched is to bring information to your doorstep and for educational purpose. It is not to demonize anybody. Let us watch continuously and see who can be able to make a sense out of every nonsense we are seeing. We must continue. We move. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you and remain blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.